Guys, it's Sarah here on December 7th with Grassroots Evolution. I'm here to bring you a weekly guidance for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or if you have air in your chart, this may resonate. I am going to just bring in a general reading, so it may not resonate with your situation. Take the bits that do resonate, disregard the bits that don't, go about your day. Do know that time is fluid, and I'm picking up this energy for the week ahead, but this reading may not be something that if it doesn't resonate in the next week, it's not necessarily that it's not for you. You know, you could find things on the channel from months ago that actually resonate for you. I know I do. It takes sometimes a couple weeks, you know, for it to all come in. Being a Gemini as well, we're all up in our headspace, so sometimes we're so far ahead of communication, but it is important to slow down, because that I'm just hearing, and I'm kind of wanting to say it, that when we get ahead of ourselves, especially in communication, because we're all up in our mental space, we are kind of overthinking and creating issues. So just be careful not to assume that you know anything outside of your own thoughts and feelings and, you know, inner guidance about a situation. So if you have to, I just want to touch, I guess, because Mercury has finally gone direct today. There's a new moon in Sagittarius, air signs especially, but Geminis, Mercury is our ruling house, and when Mercury goes retrograde, it really is a time to really take this thought processing and deconstruct what doesn't work with us, and really look over times where, you know, we may have been misunderstood. This is times where we may have misunderstood others, situations, created situations, ways that we have to finally get mentally unstuck. So this Mercury retrograde for myself, if you use it as a tool of reflection and inflection, good things come from that, okay? So this is where I'm saying, like, when we get to communication, don't be so far ahead of yourself and everyone else that, you know, you want to come open and open-hearted, open-minded, and clean slate with everyone every time. Especially if you're an overthinker, if you're a worrier, if you have anxiety, we really do oftentimes create those situations in our head, and we have the power and the choice to choose our actions, choose our thoughts. So this is the Grassroots Evolution part, and the part in this where you have your own free will on how you implement my guidance, but what choices do you make forward, right? Do you know, use your hot-headedness, fly off the handle, and say cutting, mean, destructive words? Do you use your words to uplift and bring love and bring light to your world and to others and to create? Okay, those kinds of things. Let's just be mindful of our words and our own thought processes and our heads, because we create, you know, little prisons. Okay, that's the shadow side I'm hearing, and I'm not trying to be dark, but what just fell out was the Five of Swords here, right? Creating our own little prisons, putting on this mask, these red hurt teardrops, and just being stuck in our own mental space. So get out of that, guys. All right, so let's ask for some guidance from the Guardian Tarot. I have previously shuffled this, but this will be weekly guidance for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius from December 9th through the 16th, please. That's going to come out. Five of Cups. So if you've been feeling maybe that you've been, you know, feeling a little brokenhearted, maybe you've been going through some changes within your heart, maybe finally having here to see this one is looking down to the meat of it, right? If we can look into making changes of our heart, you know, we're allowed to change our minds, allowed to change our heart's desires. There's a lot of people here as well, and it's like, well, the Five of Cups in this deck, I'm going to read it to you guys, and if this cuts off, I apologize. I will do a part 2, because I do ramble, especially when it's with you guys, air signs. So the Five of Cups. It is advisable that when the card appears, keep a means of tracking your thoughts immediately. As one conscious thought ends, another may well begin. Embedded within the musing moment, there may be a nugget of what lies at the very heart of the situation. It is best to be prepared, to be ready to explore, and to lay to rest the past. As these memories are just that, memories. They are not a part of the here and now. It is time to let go and focus on the present, right? So especially what I was saying about how we create our own thoughts and we might overthink things. If things haven't gone well for us in the past, don't relive these situations and come to every new situation still believing that the past is going to happen. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you're bringing your own impending doom. And I just had something fall off. So please, Spirit, guidance and protection. But I believe that that was, Spirit's way of saying, please don't do that. Okay, the other two cards was the Four of Pentacles, and this guy really watching over this happy family and seeing what he wants, but it may be a little bit of jealousy here. And the Four of Swords. So this is also, in your mental space, still being able to keep going forward on your path. Pay attention to your feathered allies, your bird friends. There's 2 4s here and a 5. This is squaring up and getting really, really sure of your direction is what I'm hearing. Okay, get to the meat of the issue, because as we get to the meat of the issue, that builds a solid foundation, both within ourselves, because then we can finally move past and make decisions. Okay, and then we can keep going and make solid mental space. If we get out of the meat of the heart and the hurt of that area, your heart space, a lot of times our heart hurts, it clouds our mental areas, right? It clouds that, and we'll bring that into the physical. So try not to do that, okay? I'm going to bring a message for you. The Four of Cups, guys, that's 3 4s, and that's in reverse. So the only one that's missing is the Four of Wands, which is your ships coming in. So don't block yourself. Don't stop, your heart's desires by not really getting into knowing it. Because if you don't know what's in here, you can't ask for it. You can't get it because you don't know it's there. All right, so let's bring the zombie. And this is air signs, please. December 9th through the 16th. Give me some, for air signs. Let's give air signs a little bit of a guidance for this situation so that they get out of their head and get to the meat of the issue. Tell us, what kind of things can we expect to manifest? Ooh. Woo. There's a lot here. Let's see what it is. Judgment, baby. So, I love this card. Oh, I love this card. So, we have Judgment. I have the 10 of Hazards, which is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got a 10 of Swords. This is completion. This is mental space communication. This is the Star in reverse. This is the 10 of Wands in reverse, which is 3 10s, my dears. And the 2 of Wands and being indecision. There is a lot of changes. There's a lot of endings. This is about, and it's upside down, I feel like, because this guy's looking down over at this. It's like, this really isn't working anymore. 10s are about fulfillment, and this could be finally, being clear. Judgment's being clear. There's some blocks, okay? There's definitely some blocks to the healing, and it could be really getting in touch with the emotional body. And knowing that you always have the ability for the Judgment to hit fire, okay? So if there's a situation where you feel like you have not been getting a fair rap, know that everything is here for you. You're going to be successful, and Judgment works in your favor, but really allow yourself to feel these things, to move past it so that you can accept that Medal of Honor and accept that star with, full heart, soldier. All right, so one last message from the Messages of Life. air signs, before I leave you. And I just want to ask one message. Thank you. So, I reap what I sow, my friends. I am aware of all that I create around me. Sooner or later, all that I do and all that I think comes back to me in some way. Be it positive or negative, I will reap the fruits of what I have sown. Therefore, I abundantly fill my life with light and love. For all the seeds of light I sow, I will harvest the greatest riches and richness. The law of attraction, right? What we want to see in the world, we have to exude. What we want others to treat us like, we need to be treating others as we want. And we have to be willing to stop treatment of us and others dead in its tracks when we see that it's not okay. We need to, in this case, there's a lot of endings on the board. We want these endings to bring us this Medal of Honor, okay? So that you walk tall and judgment's all on you, okay? So, you reap what you sow, and forgiveness. And this is healing with the Star card. And this is also being able to forgive your own hearts. There's a lot of endings, whatever completion this is. I no longer suffer or struggle with what has been said and done. I bless and am grateful to each soul that I perceive has hurt me, and I release them to their own greater good. My past provides me with the lessons that will help me live in the present more fully. I fill myself with love that is pure and free. And when they do this, we open up our hearts. So guys, if you'd like to do something quickly with me, let's just take 1 deep breath, 3 deep breaths in, okay? We want to fill ourselves with love and light, and we want to work on some forgiveness to bring in our star and our Medal of Honor. So let's take a deep breath in, and imagine white light coming down through your crown, and breathe out anything that is inauthentic, and allowing forgiveness to elate us or be kept away, okay? Or blocking us from forgiving. That's a better word. So 2 more times. 1 more time. Breathe in that love. And breathe out any fear or judgment. And again, breathe in love and forgiveness and light, and bring it down into your heart and hold it here. And hold in all that love and all that light at your heart. And don't fear or judge what's here. And release anything that's not of that good and your highest good. And be forgiving of yourselves. Okay? Yourselves, others. Go to every situation like it's new, as we were saying before. Get to the meat of the issues before it turns into something that's so far beyond yourself, and know that there's so many completions here. It's your judgment call. You have the ability to heal, and you have the ability to make your choices to what brings you passion. You reap what you sow, beautiful souls. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You have yourself, air signs, a wonderful, wonderful week, and don't get too caught up in your head. Go enjoy the world, explore, do fun things, you know, all that stuff. Bye, guys.